What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. And remember that new videos come out here on our YouTube channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, thanks so much for hitting the like button for us down below. Uh, you are not going to believe what Putin is doing now. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about here. There is multiple different things to talk about here with stimulus checks on the federal level and the state level. And I am giving away $1,000 in this video to our viewers. We're going to be opening that box, our What's in the Box contest. I'm going to be giving away $1,000 here in this video. And I'm going to have a special guest on at the end of this video to help reveal what's in this box. And the item in the box is a very, very special item. Yeah, I can't wait to show you guys what's in that box. So, and also we have some states announcing new stimulus checks. Yeah, pretty big items here to go over here in this video. We'll start with, I don't even want to tell you guys this, but here we go. Coming directly from Putin. Here we go. I hate to be the bearer. We'll start with the bad news first, and then we'll get to the good news. Yeah. As you can see here, Russian President Vladimir Putin is going to be ordering the draft in Russia. Yeah. So imagine how much longer this war is going to be going on. This is, as they just said, literally in the past 48 hours, how they were going to be withdrawing troops from Ukraine. Yeah, yet another lie that was. I told you guys how that was going to be a lie. I didn't believe that for a second. Now they're ordering the draft of 135,000 people, people who aren't in the military, people who may or probably don't even want to be in the war because they're not in the military. So they haven't signed up to be part of this war. Now he's issuing a draft to draft people against their will because they're not in the military. And he's going to send them to war against Ukraine, who a lot of people are literally Russian people. They're partially their own people. They used to be part of Russia, used to be part of Ukraine. And now this kind of shows you their intent on how long this war is going to go. You can read it right here with me. Russian President Vladimir Putin is ordering a draft of nearly 135,000 individuals. That's a lot of people. Remember, there could be more after this, as Russian invasion of Ukraine has not been the easiest success story the Kremlin was hoping for. The government published a decree by Putin on Monday that we're just learning about now that stated 134,650 Russians who are not already in the military or reserves will now be drafted, state media outlet TASS reported. The draft will run from April 1st to July 15th and choose men from ages 18 to 27, according to the document. So this shows you how long Russia plans to stay in this war. Yeah, so just kind of think about this. April 15th to July 15th. I'm sorry, April 1st to July 15th. The move comes more than a month into Russia's attack on Ukraine, a war many believed Russia would win within days. And that has not happened. In fact, they don't even really control any cities at all now. The few cities that they had partially taken have now been taken back by Ukraine. Western countries said the resistance of Ukrainian people came as a shock to Moscow, and Russia has still been unable to capture any major cities. You can read it right here, just so you, in case you don't want to take my word for it. The Pentagon and Ukrainian President Zelensky have warned that Russia has recently begun focusing its attacks on the country's eastern Donbass region. The White House said today, quote, "We have information that Putin felt misled by the Russian military, which has resulted in persistent tension between Putin and his military leadership. Quote, we believe that Putin is being misinformed by his advisors about how badly the Russian military is performing and how the Russian economy is being crippled by sanctions because his senior advisors are too afraid to tell him the truth." We actually seen this same type of stuff happen in World War II with Hitler, where people were actually punished or even executed at sometimes for telling Hitler the truth about what was happening with the war. And his advisors became more and more afraid to tell him the truth. And when going back to World War II here, when Hitler's advisors did tell him the truth, oftentimes he would say, well, that simply can't be true. This simply cannot be true. And he would fire his most trusted advisors that had decades of experience in previous combat and in previous wars. He would fire them and simply say, "I'll just do it. I'll just do the task myself." And he ended up firing general after general after general and doing it himself and simply doing task after task himself and firing generals that had decades of experience, and he ended up trying to do all the tasks himself, which one man can't do, all these tasks himself. And it actually ended up crippling the military, especially in the last several years of World War II. If you ever watch a bunch of documentaries on this stuff, you'll see that kind of stuff. Not to mention that he was on a lot of narcotics and opiates, really high, powerful drugs that really clouded his judgment, so to speak. If you ever watch some documentaries on it, you'll know what I'm talking about. So you got to kind of think about this: is now Putin, he once again just lied blatantly to the world, saying, "Oh, we're in these peace negotiations. Um, we're pulling back some troops." I didn't believe it for a second. Um, and here we are, a day later, he's drafting 135,000 people from Russia who don't want to be in the war. If they were, they would be part of the military. They would have signed up on their own. So now he's drafting people against their will because they didn't sign up on their own. So he's drafting people that aren't part of the military, didn't sign up on their own free will. He's signing up people against their will to be part of this war to attack people from Ukraine. A lot of Ukrainians are literally have Russian heritage. And this also kind of makes us think, how long is this going to go on? This draft is now going to go till July at least. And this affects us. This affects the price of oil. This affects the price of groceries. This affects the price of inflation. And this also keeps that lingering fear of the thought of World War III going on here. I know it's just the thought of what is it going to take to make Putin stop. At this point, I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I don't see him stopping. So I don't know what it's going to take for him to stop. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments, but the guy literally is just not stopping. Next up, Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi rejects a national gas tax holiday, but it might actually not be a bad thing because of what she says. And here's what she says. You got to kind of, let me just tell you what she says here. Check this out. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat from California, on Thursday poured cold water on the idea of suspending the federal gas taxes as a way to reduce the cost of higher gas prices for consumers. Also, the Republicans don't want to pass it either because they don't want to, as I've reported before, the Republicans don't want to give a win to Democrats before the elections. So it would have been hard to pass this particular thing. The Democrats could have done it through the reconciliation process, though, so they could have passed this on their own. So I do want to note that. Pelosi acknowledged that the proposal, which has been floated by some Democrats in recent weeks, sounds appealing in theory. I feel like I'm losing my voice a little. Um, and we have seen multiple different states pass their own state gas tax proposal, or actually passed it. But she argued that it doesn't help consumers much in the long term, since oil companies are not required to pass on the savings. Also, we've seen some congressmen say that oil companies can benefit from the gas tax, the federal gas tax, which is interesting as well. Furthermore, suspending the gas tax would take the primary source of money for the Highway Trust Fund, which finances road and mass transit. Pelosi says the pro is very showbiz. Interesting kind of statement there. Okay, let's just do something. There it is. But it is not necessarily landing in the pocket of the consumer, Pelosi said at a press conference in the Capitol. She suggested that measures such as rebates, which are checks, or direct payments, checks, to consumers would be more effective to provide Americans relief from the higher cost of gas. And this is what I've said all along. And this is what we all know. This is what studies show. This is what states are doing as well. So I think we all know this. It's better to send out checks, direct deposits, money, debit cards. This is exactly what we all know. It's much better to do this. And honestly, pausing the federal gas tax and state gas taxes, all states are doing it a little bit differently. The federal government's considering this as well, but it costs a lot of money either way. She says, how do we help people directly? If you're going to have to pay for it and you don't want it to come out of the trust fund, something could be a rebate card or direct payments. Remember, whether it's a debit card or direct payments, either way, it's money. Either way, it's money. And those are the things that are being considered, said Nancy Pelosi. So they literally are considering new stimulus checks. And you can see it literally right here from Nancy Pelosi, whether it's a debit card, a rebate card. They actually did send out debit cards in the last round of stimulus checks, and direct payments, which are stimulus checks. So you can see it right here from Nancy Pelosi in her statement. The Biden administration also announced Thursday it is planning for the largest ever release of oil from the U.S. strategic reserves, with an average of 1 million barrels per day for the next 6 months. This is a brand new announcement here today, actually. So they're going to be releasing 1 million barrels of oil per day for the next 6 months. Yeah, that is quite a significant amount. The average cost per gallon of gas has risen to the highest record level in recent weeks because of the Russian invasion. And some localities have taken steps on their own to help consumers with high gas prices. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, a Democrat, announced this week that the city of Chicago will make prepaid gas and public transit cards available to some residents via a lottery system, according to local reports. That's interesting. I'll look into that for a future video. And last week, California Governor Gavin Newsom proposed $400 direct payments per residence per vehicle as well as grants to incentivize public transit agencies to provide free transportation services for 3 months. Also, just coming out here 23 hours ago, the Minnesota governor proposes and has now officially released a bill to use the budget surplus for stimulus checks for taxpayers. So they have been talking about this, and now it's officially released here. So, as you can read the headline here, Minnesota governor proposes using budget surplus for stimulus checks for taxpayers. So Nancy Pelosi is discussing this on the federal level, and we're seeing more and more states here on the state level as well. And check out the details here on this. Many Minnesota taxpayers would receive stimulus checks under a bill Assistant Majority Leader State Representative Dan Wolgamott introduced here on Tuesday. And this article just came out here 23 hours ago. Single filers and married individuals who filed a separate return would receive $500 each, and married couples filing jointly or individual head of household filers would receive a one-time payment for $1,000. So that's actually interesting because individual head of household filers would receive $1,000 as well. So that is really interesting as well. So if you're a head of household single filer, you would receive $1,000 as well. So $500 for single filers, married couples would receive $1,000, and individual head of household filers would receive $1,000 as well. The stimulus checks could start arriving in mailboxes by late summer, a news release from Wolgamott's office says, which would draw funding from the state's budget surplus. Wow. To be eligible for payments, individuals must have been residents of the state in 2020, filed 2020 income tax returns by October 15th, 2021, and filed claims for refunds in 2021 for property taxes they paid for rent, property taxes in 2020. Yeah, so as you can see here, a lot of different stimulus checks here on the way. That's just one state. I'm going to keep you up to date here. More and more states here by the day or by the week being announced here. And we're going to get to our own little version here of stimulus checks, our What's in the Box contest. We're going to be announcing right now. Let me bring in our special guest. Here we go. All right, I'm here with my beautiful wife, Laurel, who also does the editing of all of our videos here every single day.
We have a friend coming.
Oh, we have another guest
Let's listen.
appearance.
Hey.
Did you hear that? I don't know if our mic will have picked that up.
Okay.
Here's our other guest appearance here, a little Snowy. I think we're going to call him Little Snowy, Little Snowball. But I think we're going to call him Snowy because it's just easy to Snowy and Lily.
It'll end up being usually our cats always end up
get a
getting
couple
a bunch
nicknames.
of nicknames.
Yeah.
Like Leo was the Weasel or Wheels or what else?
The old gentleman.
Old gentleman. Where you going?
He says, I'm out. Peace.
He's a squirmer. Say hi.
Aww.
Yeah, that's my baby.
He reminds me of a little polar bear. All right, so the way this contest works is if you guessed correctly what's in the box, which we definitely had a bunch of people guess correctly. I thought this was going to be a hard one. We didn't have anybody guess correctly until like clue number 4 or clue number 5, which was the first time that nobody had guessed correctly until that late. In the previous, we've had people guess correctly on clue number 1, which was pretty astounding. If you've guessed correctly, first of all, congratulations just for guessing correctly. But only 10 people can win because we're giving away $1,000, $100 to 10 people. So if you guessed correctly, first of all, just congratulations for guessing correctly. If you guess correctly, you're entered into the pool of people who have guessed correctly. And from there, we had a software randomly pick 10 people out of the pool of people who guessed correctly to win $100 each. Okay? Laurel, can you repeat the 10 clues for us? And say clue number 1 is?
Clue number 1 is it's from a famous movie. Number 2 is the item has a message on it. Number 3 is the item was thrown away. Number 4 is the item could be considered a presidential item. Number 5, the item is made of wood. Number 6, the message on this item requires knowledge of different languages. Number 7, the item can lead you to a lost city. Number 8, the item is a piece of a treasure map. Number 9, trying to crack this code could lead you to a city of gold. And number 10, found inside a famous desk. Who's back here? Oh, Kiki Girl!
A resolute desk. All right. So with that being said, we'll bring over our famous box over here. We will unlock the latch.
I have a muffin.
I gotta say, it's our viewing audience is really amazing how we can put any random box or any random item in this box, and you guys can guess what's in here. I thought that they were gonna have a really hard time guessing what was in this box this
I
time.
figured it out after a little while.
After clue like 4 or 5, people started getting it.
Yeah.
And I thought people were gonna have a really hard time with this one because it's such a kind of specific, obscure item.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are just unbelievably smart. Let me put it that way. I thought that it might be difficult for them to get it this time around. Laura, would you like to do the honors? Let's hope it's still in here. Julian didn't take it out.
Oh my God. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun.
So, and here is the really cool thing about this. This is the puzzle piece from the Resolute Desk from National Treasure Book of Secrets. And here's the really cool part about this is not a replica. This is the actual one used in the movie by Nicolas Cage. I bought this from a auction.
A prop house.
A prop house this was actually used in the movie. This is the one actually used in the movie.
Show them what's on it.
In fact, this is a piece of fishing wire from when Nicolas Cage threw it over the bridge. And he threw it into the water. I'll have Laurel put up a couple pictures from the movie, but he threw it over the bridge into the water, and they had fishing wire attached to it so that they could retrieve it out of the water. So I have a certificate of authenticity and everything. But yeah, I bid on it, and it's kind of just something, if you haven't noticed, I'm a big movie buff, and it's also kind of an investment and something I wanted to buy. I also tried to bid on the Marchand pipe, but it was just way too expensive. I also up for bid was the sword from Troy that Brad Pitt.
His sword?
His actual sword from Troy. If you've seen the movie Troy. But again, it was just way too expensive. But
wasn't there Back to the Future items too?
The Back to the Future board.
The hoverboard?
The hoverboard that Marty used. And there were several Star Wars items as well. There was a lightsaber that was, of course, there's no actual lightsaber, but it's the hilt. But yeah, there's actually some really cool movie items that come up for sale occasionally. And I got one of them. I got one of them.
And
So
it's made out of resin. So it's like plastic made to look like wood.
yeah, so anybody who guessed that it was a replica, your guesses are still good though. So if you
Hmm.
said anything along the lines of National Treasure wooden plank, National Treasure puzzle piece, National Treasure wood piece, your guesses are good. Anything along them. But again, I think this is just a really cool piece of movie history because millions of people have actually seen this. Nicholas Cage used this, and it was in the National Treasure Book of Secrets movie. If you haven't seen National Treasure, you can watch the Book of Secrets movie. Do they have to watch the first one and then the second one,
I
or can
mean,
they just go straight to the Book of Secrets?
I would watch the first one.
The
It's
Book of
worth it.
Secrets was all the actual Book of Secrets was also up for auction as well.
Oh, I remember that. And
Yeah,
we could have looked what was on page 47.
yeah, yeah.
And supposedly they've been trying to come out with the third one for years. And
There was supposed to be a third
I
movie.
think the movie production company they went bankrupt that were originally going to do it?
Yeah, and then there was contract
Problems.
problems.
And now I think the last thing I read that they are making it. I don't know.
Yeah, and
But
then
Nicolas Cage ain't getting any younger, and neither am I. So,
Nicolas Cage just did a new movie though. We just seen the commercial for it with the guy from Game of Thrones with the Red Viper.
oh, that's right. I don't remember what that's called though. It's like a really long title, hard to
Yeah.
remember.
So, anyways, I thought this was really cool, and my wife's gonna get some kind of stand made for
Like a
that,
shadow box or
as well as
something.
these Rocky shorts.
Hmm.
And it's just another cool little item that you'll see here in our background. So I always try to have cool items for the What's in the Box contest, although I'm running out of cool items. So with that being said, here are the 10 winners. Again, there was just way more than 10 people who guessed correctly. There always is. I mean, we have a lot of people that watch this show. We've had 165 million people that have watched this show, but not nearly that many people that actually guessed correctly. But here are the people who were randomly picked to be the 10 winners. You're going to get $100 each. I will contact you via the comment system, uh, and you'll know it'll say it's Jimmy. I'll have a check mark by my name, and I will contact you to get with you. I can pay you via PayPal or Venmo, or if you don't have either of those, I can actually send you a check. I've done that for a few people. Okay, so here are the 10 people who have won, and my wife will show your comment on the screen. Start with this person.
The first winner is Mark Thomas.
Now, especially somebody like this who has a kind of common name, you'll see the
Actual comment.
comment on the screen, and I will contact you via the comment system. So if there's more than one Mark Thomas, you'll know you're the winner because you can see your comment, and I will contact you. Okay. Number two.
Number two winner is Ray Burgess.
Number three.
Holly Joy Griffin.
Number four.
Espy Nunez.
Number five.
Queen of Hearts 57.
Number six.
Justin Godfrey.
Seven.
Gina Terapazinski.
Number eight.
Marvin Hill.
Number nine.
Lexia Lee.
And number 10.
Mark G. and Company. Congratulations.
Yay. And we will also I want to quickly say that I have 3 winners from the past who I am still trying to get in contact with. Those winners are Alice the Gmaw, Lolly Hurt, and Marie Morris. Okay. Same thing. I will contact you via the comment system. I will respond to one of your comments. Please check your bell notification, the bell icon. Same thing with the current winners. Check your bell notification system, the bell icon on YouTube. You will see a comment from me on one of your previous comments. Okay. And please respond to my comment. Okay. That is how we will contact each other. Okay. And again, the previous winners, I've paid almost everybody, but there's a couple winners: Alice Tajima, Lolly Hurt, and Marie Morris, that I haven't paid yet. So, and I think all three of them are still watching the channel because I still see some comments from them occasionally, but I would like to pay them as well. So, yeah, and let me know what you guys think of the item and what you guys thought of the contest. I get thousands of people that comment all the time that this contest is so much fun and the items are so much fun. And we have a lot of fun doing this as well. And we're going to have to think of some more fun
Hmm.
items.
Running out.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to put you in the box next time or
Or
something.
the kitty. Or
Or
Julian.
Julian. Next time we'll have this really big box and it'll
Mm-hmm.
be like moving and be like,
Yeah.
let me out, let me out. And we'll be like, shh.
Yeah.
Yeah, his birthday is coming up in April, so it'll be.
I can hear him up there meeping it now.
Yeah, so let me know your thoughts if you had fun with the contest, and we'll definitely probably be doing this again in the future. So let me know what you thought. Make sure to subscribe down to the channel. We'll keep you up to date here with everything stimulus check related, daily news, and future contests. So you can click here to watch my newest video next. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you
In
in
the
the
next
next
video.
video.
Bye.